Then the bank said I should have in the bank account. That's the, that's where I was. Okay, so I mean, I know what that's like to be broke. And humble beginnings is sometimes one of the best things you could ever come from. Now you're probably thinking, well, you're talking about your son, Cameron. How's that humble beginnings? He's doing it with his own money. He's walking this walk. And true to form, I mean, as a young male, initially everybody thinks they can do everything when they're young. And sometimes you can pull it off. Long term, probably not. And it's just nice to see that, because here's what I was going to do. I was going to go out and I wanted to put together a presentation where taking a very small amount of money, and I was going to do $1,500. I was going to take $1,500, trade with micro contracts, doing one setup per day. And it would probably take me about a year to do it the way I want to present it, because obviously you can see what I did this week. Like I literally slapped the shit out of the market with a live account, folks. Okay. It's not a fucking demo, but that's still playing around. And I think to myself when I woke up, you probably watched what I did this week and thinking, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to trade like ICT doing that. I want to make $35,000 in one day. I want to do $60,000 in a week. I want to make $140,000 in 5.5 weeks. I want to do that. I want to do those things. I want to sit down with you today and just calmly remind you that what's wrong with making $2,500 in 3 weeks? Are you doing that right now? How many times have you tried to make money, big money, and you were denied? Maybe you did have a win here and win there that made you feel like, okay, I got it figured out. The next trade I'm going to take, I'm going to make this much more. I got a target. I got a money management idea that the aspect of growing to this number, that's the management program. Not I got to be around long enough and be able to weather the storm of losing trades because you're new. For the last 3 weeks, I've sat with my youngest son and I explained to him, I said, listen, when you look at these candlesticks, it doesn't mean anything to you, but I want you to tell me what you think it's going to do. Go up or down from where it's at. And we sit with the demo account and we'll push and we'll see if he's right or wrong. And I want him to feel what it feels like to have that feedback of, okay, did what I told him, or not what I told him. It did what I wanted to see it happen in the marketplace. And I asked him, now, what does that make you feel like? Does it feel like you imposed your will on the marketplace? Like you somehow made that happen? Or does it make you feel uncomfortable that you thought it was going to do something and it didn't do it and it denied you? And it's a worthwhile experience for him because he's 16 years old. He's a little bit slower in his development from a vaccine injury. He's not debilitated or anything like that, but he's notably slower than all my boys. And we we take our time with him, and I want him to see, looking at these charts, as close as possible. But please don't take what I'm about to say out of context because I can't stand when people try to teach it as a video game. But I want to inspire him to look at it, to have an interest in it, because he doesn't have an interest in it. But if I can treat it in a way where he can look at it like that uh, Slither IO game, where it's a little snake game where you go around eating these dots and you grow longer as a snake, and unless you hit another snake or hit the edge of the parameter that makes the boundary for that game, you'll die if you do that. Well, I kind of like teach price action moving across the chart with that perspective in mind. So even though he's 16, he really has the mentality of like a 10-year-old. And it's very, very difficult to try to bridge something with him because of that learning disability. So I try to teach things from a very humble beginning aspect with him. I think he's going to be a very, very challenging project for me, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to work towards it. And if he can find something, like even with Cameron, what he's doing right now, if he could manage to do that, I would be absolutely ecstatic. But with Cameron, his results, I would like to submit to you that that would be the best starting point for all of you. If you are not profitable, if you've never been, well, let me let me rephrase that, because 100% strike rate winning days, 10 days in a row, that's probably a little bit lofty. If you made that much in 1 month, trading with one contract, one mini contract, you shouldn't look at that and think this isn't enough, because for most people in America, that's a mortgage payment, maybe part of a utility bill, maybe part of a, I guess, a car note payment, a rent and utility bill together. That would do a lot. If that's all you ever amounted to, if you never got past that point and you resisted the temptation to over leverage your account, to trade more than just one good setup, and when you get that good setup for the day, you stop. Let it sit and take root that you did it right. Be comfortable in the fact that you did it right. You didn't do things outside of the program. You didn't do things that were, well, retail minded. More trades, push your edge. Got to do it, got to do it, got to keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing. That's exactly what every gambler does at the casino tables. Win, the girl next to him, hey, you're doing really good. Here, want me to blow on your dice? Subliminally, she's trying to offer something else. You give me some of that money, I'll blow something else. But that whole reckless abandonment of just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, get wrapped up in the frenzy. And then when you take your results to social media, no matter what they are, you're going to have someone that's going to come out and be opposition to you. Oh, well, that's something else. You should have done better than that. I did something better than that, but they won't show you their results. Or they'll show you some stupid shit from 2021. Where the hell's they been trading since 21? They're opinionated on social media. Oh, yeah, I knew this was going to happen, but they have nothing. Humble beginnings, humble beginnings is the right place, because you're going to learn to trust yourself. You're going to learn to trust your model. You're going to learn to do just enough and be content with enough. Let me tell you something. If I could roll back time and be 18 years old, see, Cameron's trading before I started trading. I was 20 years old. And I don't think I could have contained myself if I had what he has in his hands right now. Like, it's a very simple little model.